Welcome viewers. This is Editorial, the ATN News Weekly, where we dwell on issues that shape life. I'm your host Richard Moreno, and my guest at this time is Dr. Badrul Khan, founder of Modern E-Learning. Welcome to the show, sir.
I'm so happy to be here and thank you for inviting me.
And as a pioneer of e-learning, we'd like to know in a greater angle, what does this embrace?
Well, first of all, I must say that e-learning, E means electronic. Any electronic devices, the radio, television, computer, mobile phone that you use, if you can use it for educational and training purposes, we can call it e-learning. Well, why all of a sudden we are calling something called e-learning? We know about the learning from regular classrooms. How is different than the regular classroom? See, the regular classroom that you have is a very closed system. You have to have students and your teachers together at the same time. On the other hand, e-learning is an open system. You don't necessarily have to be with your teacher all the time. Things that you want to learn could be located in different parts of the world, in different server. Now, students can access to those knowledge and information and learning materials from wherever they are to the server. On the other hand, the teacher or the facilitator, they could be any place in the world. They can access to the material and facilitate one's learning.
Sir, you are the pioneer of e-learning with the Bangladesh context. You started several years ago. What was it then? What it is now?
Well, I actually started e-learning. I have the credit of first coining the phrase web-based instruction. My best-selling book, Web-Based Instruction, published in the United States, and then it has been a bestseller and used over 500 universities globally as a textbooks and reference book. So since '97, I have been traveling all over the world and also came to Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, what I have been preaching about e-learning from a long time. And every year or every 2 years, I'm coming here as a keynote speaker for Digital World Conference. I spoke in many different places in Bangladesh, including Premier University, Chittagong University, here at East-West universities and different colleges. I've been all around and all the conferences. One thing that I noticed is that our Bangladesh, our beloved Bangladesh, our ICT industry is getting enormous or gaining enormous attention from the government and the people. So we are in an age where our new generation of learners are really very savvy, I would say technologically savvy. They want to learn in a modern way. Now, modern and meaningful way is e-learning. So in Bangladesh, I would say that we are progressing very well.
E-learning, sir, electronic learning.
Electronic learning.
So how do we put it to use practically?
Well, for example, if you are going to school and you're learning, for example, a subject like economics. So what the students learn in the classroom is basically teachers has a syllabus. From the syllabus, they cover lessons, So you'll see some of these lessons that you do in the classroom, you not necessarily need the teacher. Students can learn by themselves if you prepare them through electronic way, put that on a computer side or through the mobile phone, they can access to it, they learn about it in electronic learning with the tutorials. They can learn all these things. And then when you think the student must be in the classroom to be interacting with the teachers, then they can come to that classroom. At Harvard and other universities, they have a new term called flipped classroom. Flipped classroom means before the lecture, the professors are making videos, very instructive videos, and learners can learn about the videos ahead of the time. So when they come to the class, they already know what they'll be learning. And if they have any questions, they will ask the professor. So that session is very interactive, very meaningful, and very useful.
What inspired you? What gave you the push to start this?
Well, you have to see, I came to United States in 1981, July 7. So I've been missing my country, and I was always thinking that why do we have to come to all the way in the United States to learn? In 93, I heard something called World Wide Web. You can see one's pictures, you can talk and all this. I got very excited. Hey, I wanted to write a book, which is called Web-Based Instruction. And I expressed my intention and gratitude to Sir Tim Berners-Lee, who was one of the keynote speakers with me, and he is the inventor of the web. So I told him how much I appreciate his invention of the web, because of now the World Wide Web has become medium for learning and teaching. So if I were in United States, if I were in Bangladesh, and if I had the web, I didn't have to go to United States. I could have access to information learning materials like they have now from all other universities in the United States. So you see, it is something so dear to me. Then I was always thinking about, why do I have to be in the United States to learn? I could have been my home. Our education system at those days, we are learning. Obviously, there are different types and different methods they use in overseas, which I plan to bring the best of both worlds in Bangladesh education system.
Sir, acceptability. What is the percentage of acceptability in Bangladesh?
Well, in other countries, nobody asks this question anymore. If e-learning is good or bad, they're using it all over. You would not find any schools, any colleges, any university in the United States and other countries. I travel a lot, that they know about e-learning. They're using it. Bangladesh acceptance is very good, increasingly better, because see, you don't have to create a brand new brick and mortar school. Rather, you can decide what is that you're teaching, which part of that course or the class could be taught in e-learning. So they don't have to really come to the school every day, you see. So I think Bangladesh can take advantage of it and stay ahead of the game. They can, and innovation, as you know, innovation comes from Bangladesh, because we can create low-cost learning technologies to bring more students, because in schools, they have to come to schools. They have to go to school walking or by boat. But once we can create these low-cost learning tools like a mobile phone or a smartphone. They could be in their places in the rural area.
Sir, we'll come back right to this place, but we need the commercial now. Viewers, we go for the commercial now. Don't go away. Stay with us. Welcome back, viewers. Welcome back to Editorial, and my guest at this time, Dr. Badrul Khan, founder, pioneer of modern e-learning. Welcome back, sir. Now we come to your book, your most recently published book.
Well,
tell us about it.
This is the book that I came to Bangladesh. I've been working, translating this book from my own book, which has been, or my book, already been translated into 17 different languages in the world. So every place I go, they ask me, why not you have one in Bangla? So we work very hard, and with support from Prime Minister's office, we have come up with this new book called E-Learning, Ummukto Shikhon Poribesh, E-Learning, the open learning environment. And I traveled last week in Kolkata, and where we have the audiences, all Bangla speaking audiences all over the world, most importantly Bangladesh, West Bengal and Tripura. And in this book, what we try to show that when we have e-learning used in United States, we think about that context. For Bangladesh, you can see, if you can see that each one of them has a Bangla translation to it, like Pedagogy for Shikha Sankranto. So this book not only gives the perspective of why should you use e-learning, at the same time, it gives you specific questions to answer so that we can create meaningful learning for students in Bangladesh and any other region of the world is speaking Bangla. Obviously, you have to think about that. If you have a cup of water it takes the shape of the cup that you use. So no one system can tell you it's going to work. So I try to focus that, think about your infrastructure, think about your capacity, think of your students, think of your educational philosophy, what works in your locally available devices that you have, and your locally practiced pedagogy. All these things together, you have to develop e-learning for your own learners. So this book should be helpful, and I hope with your review and your use and your application, I will learn more about what works and what does not work.
Sir, in your endeavor, this very enterprising endeavor, are you alone in it, or do you have an organization with which you work?
Well, I am alone, but I think I am enforced and also encouraged by millions of Bangladeshis. And as you know, this book was published by Access to Information of Bangladesh Prime Minister's Office, and I am independent e-learning consultant. I go all over the world and help different organizations to establish meaningful learning at the university, colleges, and business and industries. And I have established something called McQueden.com or McQueden Education, where one can take some free or very low cost online course in different subjects. But in Bangladesh, I am taking some challenges. I have a dream to establish Bangladesh Virtual University, and I have a dream to establish Bangladesh Digital World, Bangladesh Digital Library, and also focusing on helping.
Sir, with digital Bangladesh on the horizon.
Well, e-learning will energize digital Bangladesh. It's a great idea. Digital Bangladesh is a good initiative in information society. We should not lag behind of using ICT.
Sir, hypothetically speaking, do you feel that e-learning will one day replace the current, what you call it, conservative system?
Well, e-learning will slowly, people will realize that their children, they're using a smartphone. They can get the information right away. They don't have to go to school to wait for what the teacher is going to say. Even sometimes they have they Google search it, and teacher may be talking about them historical event, they find the right one. So that I think they are ahead because of the availability of resources and rapid access to the information. Students are more savvy with this technology. We have to retrain our teachers. We have to change their mindset. You just can't teach our children who are different than what we used to be. We can, in a classroom is a closed system. You learn whatever is in the environment of that. But e-learning is an open system. You can go places, you can go to the countries, you can go to different sites, and learn about it. And together, you can put them together and say that, okay, I see different viewpoints. So I can come up with the new ideas. So you see, we have to energize our country by accessing to information. Those are important for our health, our life, and our economy. Think about e-commerce. You can buy, sell. Think about e-education. That will help you to prepare you for the modern world. At the same time, you will have e-agriculture. People, or the farmers, they can get a lot of information by their mobile phones. You see? So it is not to say that e-learning is going to replace our traditional classroom, but what we're going to do, we're going to look into our traditional classes and we're going to do some judgment which part of traditional courses can be offered through e-learning.
So what do you feel may be the drawbacks of e-learning?
Well, I would say the drawbacks of e-learning, first of all, you have to be ready for new environment, because we are used to having teachers teaching us. Now that you're alone, only thing you have your mobile phone or your computer, and you're learning through a computer. It's a new dimension. So we have to change our mindset. We have to understand it. This is called change in innovation and diffusion. So for this kind of new changes, we have to learn how to accept it. And acceptance will take time. That's okay. It's same thing in the United States and other countries. So drawbacks also would be that our administrators, our parents, our society should be more accepting this idea, give it a chance, say that, okay, let's see. And we are not saying that e-learning is going to replace everything. If you have to learn medical surgery, I would think that e-learning can show you how it does with the video segment by segment. But if you have to be a doctor, you want to touch the blood, you want to talk to the patient, you want to talk to the family, so that is more action related. That's a physical classroom, which is good. So it is called blended e-learning. We're going to blend best of what works online and best of what works in the classroom. It's not replacing each other, it's complementing each other. We have to educate our society. We have to tell them to consider this innovation, which is very economical, very efficient, and why shouldn't we take it? And rest of the world going, if we can accept these technologies in our education, business, agriculture, and commerce, we're going to lag behind.
Sir, they say it's not the machine, but the man behind the machine that makes the difference. So, regarding e-learning, don't you feel like the basic, the rudimentary things should be done first?
Well, first of all, you think about a truckload of grocery. So, e-learning system is carrying like a car the grocery. So, you have to have a quality grocery. If you have the quality grocery, that's what I created this model, that if you want to create e-learning, you have to think about the pedagogy, learning and teaching, technology, interface design. Some countries have sign and symbols that use. It might be offensive to others. I remember playing cricket in my early days in Geelong Collegiate School. When my peer would bowl me out, they would used to give me something like this, green banana. Now, thumbs up is a good thing in the United States. So if you give a test to a Bangladeshi student who doesn't know that about the good things about thumbs up.
Sir, so in this noble endeavor, in your noble endeavor, let's hope you find success after success for our own good. So, sir, this is all the time we have on this program.
No problem.
But we will have you at the first.
Well, thank you for your
get.
support, and I hope all my viewers here will support us in learning. Give it a chance. We will win the world all the way. We are proud Bangladeshis. Thank you.
Viewers, we have come to the end of this edition of Editorial. But stay with ATN News for another edition next Sunday. I'm Richard Moreno, signing off.